I'm Arlene Stutzman of the Arlene Stutzman Agency of American Family Insurance. I opened my office on June 1st, 2005 as a scratch agent, so about 9 years ago. We specialize in writing home, auto, business, and life insurance. I went to Old Dominion University and got a Bachelor of Science degree in speech pathology and audiology, and then graduated from Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia with a Master of Arts degree in Communicative Sciences and Disorders. Everyone always asks me, how did you end up in insurance? I did work as a customer service rep for an independent agent here in Fort Wayne when I started going to school at IPFW in the early 90s. So I've always kind of had an insurance background. When I relocated back to Fort Wayne in 2004, I saw this opportunity with American Family Insurance and always wanted to own my own business, so I went for it and have never turned back.
I've known Arlene 9 years. When I first met her, she was a brand new agent, bright and cheerful and full of ideas and goals for her new agency.
I had the privilege of hiring Arlene in 2005. I interviewed her and she opened up her multiple line agency on June 1st, 2005, so 9 years. Arlene is absolutely a credit to the insurance industry, her company, her community, and the Fort Wayne chapter of NAIFA. Just her professionalism, her education, her knowledge, her ability to communicate with people, educate people, and provide a true value for her clients is critical in her profession.
She's forthright with her clients. She plans ahead and pays attention to what their needs are. She reviews everything before she even sits down with them. And she actually takes the time to educate her clients so that they can see her as a trusted advisor.
The biggest inspiration to me, believe it or not, has been my father, and unfortunately I did not realize that until his passing about 2 years ago. He was never a man of many words, so he never sat down and talked to me or encouraged me with words. But looking back on it and just watching his actions and how he handled things, I think he's taught me a lot about being a hard worker and being the fact that I can achieve anything that I want to do. So thank you, Dad. I appreciate that.
Arlene is an extremely professional agent. She's very knowledgeable and she is a true risk manager with her clients. She solicits the information from them and then lays out a plan that best fits their needs.
I like to do a lot of things in my spare time. Not that I have much spare time, but I enjoy hanging out with friends, going out to dinner, like playing golf and playing tennis, and love spending time with my dog Chloe. Her and I go for walks a lot and hang out and do a lot together.
She's a very good agent. She spends time with her clients, has a sincere interest in their needs and their values so that she can help them get the best protection possible. She's a good representation of an insurance agent and the business industry, and I believe that NAIFA would be very pleased and very proud to have her as agent of the group.
I truly do love this business. I love working with the clients and giving them choices and options, explaining coverages, and helping them pick the solutions that's right for them to protect their assets and their family.
I would just like to say I'm very proud of my association with Arlene. Her spirit, her enthusiasm for everything that she is involved in is certainly contagious, and we wish her much continued success.
My name is Dan Doehrmann. I represent New York Life Insurance Company, and I specialize in estate planning, life insurance, tax planning, retirement planning, college funding. I have a Series 6 and 63, so I'm a registered representative. I possess a life and health license, as well as an associate's degree in organizational leadership. Don't know if $1 Million Roundtable qualifies, and executive counsel with New York Life.
I've known Dan for 20 years in a lot of different capacities. I started out as his agent, then I got the opportunity to be able to work with Dan, and Dan has actually been my agent as well. So I got to know Dan for a long time in a lot of different roles, but probably the best of all is the role of a friend.
Well, I've known Dan from the earliest days in his career, and you would be hard-pressed to find someone that truly goes beyond the numbers and really focuses on the well-being and the concern for the clients.
In my life, I would say it's been my father. We had a family-owned business. It was a gas station and repair shop garage. He was a hard worker, put a lot of hours in, and was very meticulous about the surroundings of the business, as well as making sure that he took care of the clients. One little story is he told me, if you want a job, you're not working in the family business, you have to find your own job. In terms of the industry, two people. One is Wayne Nussbaum, who was my mentor when I got into the business. He was with New York Life for over 40 years. And then Brett Nana, who was actually my agent prior to joining New York Life. Then I got a phone call from New York Life, not realizing that he was a partner. So the rest is kind of history. So who would have thought we would have met back up together in this industry? I enjoy fishing. I enjoy the outdoors, home improvements. I enjoy being with family. I'm on the NAIFA board of directors. I've been there, I think, for 3 years now, and maybe 2 years. I'm also the chair of program and development, so I work with coordinating speakers and continuing ed, making those available to our Fort Wayne chapter members. Also been on Day on the Hill down in Indianapolis 2 years in a row, and I'm going to go to DC this year. So it's a great group, a great board, a great chapter, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Dan has been very dedicated to NAIFA. He attends meetings regularly and has become a board member and puts in countless hours in doing everything he can to make NAIFA a better organization.
I think extra mile is probably a good phraseology to use because he's not afraid to go above and beyond the needs of the client, and if it even means that he's making a personal sacrifice, be it his time, time away from his family or something like that, Dan has never questioned that ultimately he has to take care of the client.
I think what makes Dan a good candidate is, number one, his production. He's a very good producer, year in, year out, very consistent, has continued to get better each and every year. His community involvement is truly second to none. He has just done some unbelievable things in the community and really is very giving of his time, as well as with NAIFA. Been very involved. Again, very, very giving of his time and truly wants to do the best in everything that he does. And I think he exudes all of the qualities that an Advisor of the Year should have.
I'm just honored to be chosen as one of the finalists for Advisor of the Year. I'm in good company, I'm in great company, tough competition with Arlene and Joyce. They're very well qualified as well, and I'm just humbled to be chosen. So, wish everybody the best of luck.
I'm Joyce Hefty, a State Farm agent in Auburn, Indiana, and CEO of my business for 21 years. I earned my bachelor's degree in business administration at Indiana Institute of Technology in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Joyce really has a two-pronged approach when she's working with her business. And number one, it's a focus on the customer and making sure that the customer is always taken care of. And number two, she's always focused on her business, and she understands the business piece of running her agency. And so between a combination of a focus on a customer and knowing how to run a business, it's a great combination.
She has a great approach. She really wants to meet all insureds. She gets up and greets them as often as she can. And she wants to make sure that she meets everybody in her office when they first come in. And then if she knows the customer is out there, she tries to get out there to greet them.
The biggest influence in my life and in my business was my father, Raymond Hefty, now retired from State Farm, but was an agent for 50 years and very, very successful throughout the years. Also, my older brother, Jim Hefty, was a State Farm agent for 32 years before he passed away a few years ago. But he started our second generation of Hefty's in State Farm business. My father came to me 23 years ago and asked if I would like to come to work for him. I worked for several months, and by that time, I realized how much I really loved the insurance business and working with the family side by side every day. State Farm believes in family agencies, but not too many had 3 family members as agents in the same city and the same office building. My brother Jim's son, Morgan Hefty, is now a State Farm agent in Auburn, so we now have reached a 3rd generation.
I've known Joyce actually since 2008. The first time I met her was actually over the phone, and I called her because she was a female agent and she was getting it done. And I really felt like she could be a mentor to me. She could help me as a new agent build a strong, successful agency. And she was so wonderful to talk to. She took over an hour out of a very busy day. I'm sure she's always busy, but she took over an hour to talk to me, this little, new agent, and she just made me feel like I could do anything. And she was very inspirational and very she's been very proactive with me throughout my 6 years of being an agent, and asking me how she can help, and being very giving and very wise and very kind.
Joyce goes the extra mile for all of her clients. When I talk a little bit about that focus part on the customer, and so just as an example, one of the things she does is a Fun Friday. And so when you walk in her office on a Friday, you never know what you're going to get. And I walked in on a Friday this past summer, and she was serving root beer floats to everybody that came in that day. And it's just something fun to keep the atmosphere exciting and create a remarkable experience for them.
I still love my business. I love working with customers, my team members. I enjoy every moment of it. There's not once I have ever said, I hate coming to work today. My father was a member of the Life Underwriters He got me to join 18 years ago, which is now called NAIFA. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Melissa Satterthwaite for nominating me for the 2014 Advisor of the Year. She is also an outstanding agent herself and a dear friend.